Hello guys, how's your iPhone Maker, and today I'm bringing you an unboxing video. I was gonna say another, but that video didn't get put up. I unboxed the Jaden and Yugi and Yusei 10s. Hopefully I can still edit that and put it up. There's a lot going on around the time. If you don't know what's going on, check out my update video. And yeah, so I got those 10s, and hopefully I get to edit all that in. Or I might just do like a little highlight thing. I might just go through it and then get a highlight. But yeah, I did end up copying them when they came out. That's why I got this when but and keep in mind that if that video do go up, it was because it's gonna look way different than this one. This one I actually bought a tripod and I'm using my iPhone camera in a better way. So yeah, it should be, hopefully it can be in 60 frames per second, and that's why I look like this. Also, hopefully this will go up soon. And yeah, hopefully I'll try to look official as possible. And yeah, this is the Legendary Hero box. It's another box set. We got 3 different decks. We got Hero, Nordic, and Phantom Knights. So yeah, take a nice look at that. Also, I wanted to mention, that's why it's on my mind, that if it like kind of fades out in a weird way, that's because this camera, when you use the iPhone camera, or this camera I'm using, when it gets too hot, it tends to go out. So let's get started. Alright, so here we go. We want to go ahead and do the packaging. Yeah. So if you don't know about Yu-Gi-Oh! Field product, once you open it, there's no going back. But you know, no buyers and more for me. It also showcases the Nordic God monsters and new heroes. And yeah. So let's look at it like this. This is one of the main headlines of the deck. This is the Nordic deck. Extra hero Dread Decimator. So this is like a new hero. Look at it like this. And no, I do not have enough sleeves right now. I'm still kind of getting back into physical Yu-Gi-Oh! So when I put these cards back, they're all gonna go back like this, unfortunately. I should have some new sleeves by the weekend or something like that. But yeah, Phantom Knight's Rusty Bart Shady. Sorry if I butchered his name. Let me get my camera right. And yeah, let's jump in. So we're gonna, we want to say this for last, because I'm a big Hero fan. So let's get into it. And looking nice and white. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Right, this pack. It's hard to kind of look at the pack and the camera. Sometimes you guys gotta see what's going. And I probably won't read the effects. I might just have like a little highlight on the video so you can see what it is. Pause the video, read it for yourself, because if I read every card, especially for people that's not up on current Yu-Gi-Oh!, we'll be here for a long time. So yeah. So we have I'm gonna butcher that name. One of the new Link monsters, a fairy, and I might read noteworthy cards. So 1/5 or lower Nordic monster. If this card link summon, you can banish 3 cards from your hand or field. And if you do, special summon that many Nordic monsters from your deck in defensive position. Also, for the rest of this turn, you cannot special summon monsters except for Asia monsters, nor summon except any monsters. You can only use this effect of the Nordic Ascent once per turn. When this card points to an Asia monster, your opponents cannot target that monster with card effects. Also, monsters your opponent controls cannot target this card for attacks. Okay, so that's the Link monster. Pretty good. If you don't know what Nordic Asia monsters are, they're really just I forgot what it's called. Really Valhalla God monsters. That's all that is. So we're gonna put the card over here. Tanganor. I'm butchering his name. If this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, special summon 2 Nordic Beast tokens. Let's see about it. It's a token out there. Dark Hole. Ready to destroy all monsters. Ascension Sky Dragon. One tuner plus one non-tuner monster. This card single summon, it gains 800 attack for each monster. Each card currently in your hand. When this card is this card you control is destroyed by your opponent's card, sent to the graveyard. If all the monsters that were destroyed, you put a single summon of this card in your graveyard. You can special summon all of them, but their effects are negated. You can only use the effect Ascension Sky Dragon 1%. That's pretty good. And that's holographic. Coral Dragon. Once per turn, you can discard one card, then target one card your opponent controls. Destroy it. This card, the single summon, is sent from the field to the graveyard. You can draw one card, one card. You can only activate this card effect of Coral Dragon once per turn. So looking pretty spiffy right here. We got that. We got this. It's really just a linear thing, so I might. These are just some combo cards. That's regular cards. So you might just want to look up some of these cards if you're unfamiliar. We got Tengen Josnar of the Nordic Beast. Look at this. Okay. Garmar the Nordic Beast. See, really, Asian monsters are really mostly beast and beast words, I believe. See? Garmar the Nordic Beast. This card battles a level 4 monster. After damage target, you can turn that monster to the hand. And this is pretty good back in the Synchro era. So, well, yeah, I believe so, yeah. Gold Facts of the Nordic Beast. If an opponent controls a Synchro monster and you control no monster, you can special summon this monster from your hand. And like I just said, this archetype was pretty good in the era too. First time seeing this. After you normal summon this card, you can normal summon a Nordic monster from your main phase this turn. In addition to your normal summon set, you can only gain this effect once per turn. If this face-up card is sent to the field to the graveyard, target one Nordic relic card in your graveyard, add that target to your hand. When this card is normal summoned, you can target one face-up monster you control except this card. Special summon one Nordic monster from your hand with a level less or equal to that face-up monster. So yeah, you know there's starting to be some copies. When this card is in the normal summon, you can target one Nordic monster from your graveyard and add that target to your hand. Mirror of the Nordic Altar. And that last one was Certilith. So when using this card as a single material, after the other single materials must be 2 Nordic monsters in your hand. Mirror of the Nordic Ascent. Once per turn, at the start of your standby, if you control a Nordic monster and this card in your graveyard, you can special summon one Nordic from your hand to your special summon this card. Okay, I'm also going to test this out. Right now, the flash is disabled because, like I said in the beginning, in my camera's got hot, so yeah. So I'm gonna try this, see how it looks. I might just add like lighting to it. Yeah. So that's why I kind of have the white in the background. You can't see it. So this card name is. This is not treated as a battery card. When this monster is normal summoned, if your opponent controls a when a card is number 7, if your opponent controls a monster and you control no other cards, you can banish 2 Nordic monsters from your shit. I'm being stupid. So from your hand, special summon 2 Injari tokens, warrior level 4 in 5th edition. And yeah, and I'm only doing this to see if I can fix this in editing. So I apologize. This don't work out. So yeah, I'm probably not going to read all of this. Here you go. I'm trying to get clear shots so when I do edit, the lighter part will be yeah, that's the lighting. We got Tier of the Nordic Champions. If your opponent monster cannot target Nordic monsters for attack except Tier of the Nordic Champions. If there are no other monsters except Nordic monsters on the field, destroy this card. Right. Nordic Lights. Field spell. Nordic monsters on your field cannot be charged battle. If this card is destroyed, destroy all Nordic monsters on the field. There you go. Nordic Relic. Dapnir. Equip only to an Aesir monster or Nordic monster. If it gains 800 attack. If this card is face up on the field, destroy it by a card effect. You can add 1 Nordic Relic from your deck to your hand. There's 2 of those. March towards Ragnarok. Target 1 Aesir monster from you control until the end of this turn. Its effects are negated, and also that phase of monster is unaffected by effects or other spells / traps. There you go. Forbidden Chalice. Target one phase monster on the field. You get 400 attack, but its effects are negated. This was a good quick play back in the day. It's kind of annoying, actually. But yeah. Forbidden Lance. Target one monster on the field until the end of this turn. That target loses 800 attack, but affected by others. Yeah, see, people, this one would be kind of upsetting too, because they would use this card to save their ass. Forbidden Dress. Target one face of monster on the field until the end of this turn. That target loses 600 attack, but cannot be targeted for or destroyed by the card effects. Yeah. We got the classic Monster Reborn. Target one monster in either place graveyard, special summon it. Really good card. Soul Charge. Target any number of monsters in your graveyard, special summon them, and if you do, you lose 1,000 for each monster. Special summon by this effect. You cannot conduct your battle phase the turn you activate this card. You can only activate Soul Charge once per turn. Hey Trunade. Return all set spells and traps on the field to the hand. So they had to like make it like a different Trunade, because I think Giant Trunade is banned. I think. Mythical Space Tycoon. Destroy one spell trap on the field. Destroy that target. Glyphnir, the Fetters of Fenrir. Add one from your deck to your hand. Nordic Relic. Brazen Maiden. Target one face of monster you control, and add one face of monster your opponent controls. The attack of the first target becomes equal to the original attack of the second target until the end of the turn. Okay, pretty good, pretty good. Nordic Relic. Laventine. Target one face of monster on the field destroyed a monster by battle this turn. Destroy it. Cards in effect that cannot be activated in response to this activation. So you can't really fight against it. And I like how you guys starting to do that. Stuff cannot be chained. I like that. Banish one Aesir or Nordic monster from your hand. Or Nordic Relic Gunning Gear. Banish one AZ or Nordic monster from you control, then target one card on the field, destroy it. Also, your second end phase after activation, return the monster you banished to the top to activate this card to the field in face of attack position. Nordic Relic Minganjor. Target one AZ or Nordic monster you control. Its attack and defense become double the original attack until the end of the turn, but it cannot attack your opponent directly this turn. Good. Solemn Authority. Activate this card, targeting one A0 monster you control. It cannot be targeted by other card effects while this card is on the field. Send this card to the ground during your second standby phase after activation. Okay, so here's the God monster that I was talking about. Let's see. Hold on. Okay, I wanted to get lighting on this one. Thor, Lord of the Aesir. One Nordic Beast tuner, one non-tuner. Once per turn, you can negate the effect of all face-up monsters your opponent currently controls to the end of this turn. Once per turn, during the end phase, if this card's face-up you control was destroyed by opponent's card and sent to the graveyard, you can banish one Nordic Beast tuner from your graveyard, special summon this card, and is special summon this way, inflict 800 damage to your opponent. So here's one of the Nordic God monsters. And then, fun fact, in the anime, it had a god. The attribute it was divine. So, yeah. Loki, Lord of the Aesir. Once per turn, one Nordic Alfar and two tuners. Once per turn, when your opponent activates a spell trap during your battle phase, quick effect, you can negate the activation, and if you do, destroy it. Once per turn during that battle phase, if this card is face up to destroyed by the opponent's card and sent to the graveyard, you can banish one Nordic Alfar to your graveyard. From your graveyard, special summon this card, and when special summon this way, you target one trap in your graveyard and add that target to your hand. Loki, Father of the Aesir. One Nordic Ascendant, two non-tuners. Once per turn, you can make this card be unaffected by spell trap effects until the end of this turn. Once per turn, during the end phase, if this card face up you control was destroyed by opponent's card and sent to the graveyard this turn, you can banish one Nordic Ascent from your graveyard, special summon this card. When special summon this way, you can draw one card. Okay. Leo, Keeper of the Sacred Tree. Now this one's pretty good because the effect. Your opponent cannot activate. Cannot target this card with card effects except during your main phase too. So, and if you don't know much about Yu-Gi-Oh, basically after the battle phase, you know, which is the most important phase, yeah, you gotta wait. So, Belisius, of the Diabolic Dragons. One Dark Tuner, one Non-Tuner. Cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. Other monsters you control cannot attack. Once per turn, you can target one monster your opponent controls. Any battle damage your opponent takes from attacks involving this card is halved. Also, change that monster's attack to 0, and if you do, you gain life points equal to its original attack. Pretty busted card. Belize of the Diabolic Dragons. One Dark Tuner, one Non-Tuner. Cannot be destroyed by battle or card effect. And if you take damage from an attack involving this card from an opponent's card effect, this card gains attack equal to the damage you took. And finally, we have Scrap Dragon. One tuner, one non-tuner. Once per turn, you can target one card you control and one card your opponent controls. Destroy them. When this card is in your possession is destroyed by your opponent's card and sent to the graveyard, target one synchro scrap monster in your graveyard. Special summon that target. Alright, so that's going to do it for the synchro. So let's head on to Phantom Knights. Okay, so let's get to the shits. Phantom Knights, I'm gonna be real with you, I'm not very knowledgeable about this deck. I believe there was meta at one point, so I know that, but I'm not really knowledgeable about it. So excuse me if I don't really give some inside information about some of the cards that you see. So I'm probably, if you do know, let me know in the comment section below how powerful it was, how they affect the meta, and yeah. Okay, so Phantom Knights of Rusty Barchita. Two dark monsters. Doing, I hope the light is not too bright. During your main phase, you can send one Phantom Knight monster from your deck to your graveyard, then special summon, then set one Phantom Knight spell track directly from your deck to your spell. That's crazy. To your spell and trap zone. If a dark XYZ monster is special summoned to a zones this card points to, when this card is on the field, except during the damage step, you can target one card monster, one card on the field, destroy it. You can only use each effect of the Phantom Knight's Rusty Bariche once per turn. Cannot be used as link material. Okay. Twin Twisters. That's holographic. Discard one card, then target two spell or trap cards on the field and destroy them. Pretty good. Phantom Knights of Mystic Claws. Target one of your banished Phantom Knight monsters, add it to your hand. When this card is when your opponent monster declares a direct attack when this card is in your graveyard, you can target one level 4 or lower the Phantom Knights monster in your graveyard, special summon that monster, and if you do, special summon this card as a normal monster with the same original attack as that monster. Warrior / dark, attack 0/0, defense 0. This card is not treated as a trap. It is a summon display. Banish this card when it leaves the field. Alright, so it's like one of those monster / traps. More comfortable. The Phantom Knights of Break Sword. Looks pretty dope. I like it art. 2 level 3 monsters. Once per turn, if you can detach one material from this card when this card is. You can detach one material from this card, then target one card you control and one card your opponent controls. Destroy them. If this XYZ summon monster destroyed, you can target 2 the Phantom Knight monsters with the same level in your graveyard, special summon them, and increase their levels by 1. Also, you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of this turn except dark monsters. Okay, so I think I might use this card sooner or later. Oh man. Okay, I guess. Let me see how many coming hollows from it. That's the last hollow in it. We have number 86 Heroic Champion. Romp, I can't even say his name. His artwork. Yeah, like I said before, hopefully I can get the lighting better while doing editing. Yeah. Two or more max 5 level 4 warrior monsters, which is pretty easy. Once per turn, during your opponent's main phase, detach one material from this card. This card gains the effect based on that number of materials attached to it. 1. Cannot be destroyed by battle. 2. Gain 15 attack defense. 3. Unaffected by other card effects. 4. Your opponent cannot normal or special summon monsters. 5. Once per turn, you can destroy all cards your opponent controls. Wow, that's pretty bust. That's pretty busted. Alright, so, and like I said, I might just skip some of these because I might just say their names. I think get the focus better. The Phantom Knights of Ancient Cloak. The Phantom Knights of Silent Boots. Yeah, they all have long tests. I'm not trying to do that all day. Phantom Knight of the Ragged Gloves. Okay. Phantom Knight of the Cloven Helm. Phantom Knight of the Fragile Armor. Let's see. Ancient Cloak. Same. I'm trying to do the same. Armageddon Knight. I think this card got banned or limited in the TCG. When this card is special, you can send one dark monster from your deck to the graveyard. Blue Mountain Butter Spy. Cannot be summoned special. Cannot be normal summon or slash set. When you special summon a monster warrior, you can special summon this card from your hand. Cannot be used as synchro material. Put this over there. Alright. Rescue Ferret. Beast. When you can shuffle this card you control into the deck. Special summon monsters from your deck except Rescue Ferret with total levels equal to 6 to his zones. A link monsters points to. But those special monsters have their effects negated. Also destroys them during the end phase. You can only use this effect of Rescue Ferret once per turn. Junk Forward. You control no monsters. You can special this card from your hand. Simple. Oh, sorry about that. You go cards are so slippery, like the actual cards. Comfortable. This is Kagemucho Knight. When you know something a level 3 or level 3 monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. Can now be used as single summon material. Yeah. Cock-a-doodle-doo. If there are no monsters on the field, you can special summon this card from your hand as a level 3 monster. If your opponent controls a monster and you control no cards, you can special summon this card from your hand as a level 4 monster. If this card is face up, will leave the field, banish it instead. Sect Baylor. Ooh, I remember this back in the day. Saved a lot of people's ass from OTKs. On-turn kills. During your opponent's main... Can you guys see it? I really hope the lighting will help. During your opponent's main phase, quick effect, you can send this card from your hand to the graveyard. This target one effect monster your opponent controls, negate the effects of that face-up monster, and your opponent controls them until the end of this turn. Yeah. Okay, so we have Fam Knight's rank up launch. During the main phase, target one dark XYZ monster you control with no materials. First from the extra deck, one dark XYZ monster that is ranked 1 higher than the monster you control. By using it as a XYZ material, and if you do, attach this card as an additional material. This is treated as XYZ summon. Transfer its materials to the summon monster during your main phase. You can banish this card in your graveyard and then target one X monster you control. Attach it to the Phantom Ice monster from your hand to that monster as material. Sounds pretty good. Phantom Knight Spear. Each time your opponent activates a card or a card effect that targets a Phantom Knight monster you control, inflict 500 damage to your opponent immediately after it resolves. If a dark monster you control will be destroyed by battle or an opponent's card effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard instead. And that is Phantom Knight Spears. Dark Hole, destroy all monsters on the field. Monster Reborn. Foolish Burial, send one monster from your deck to the graveyard. That's a little thing about dark monsters too. They have a tendency to send themselves to the graveyard now. Reinforce from the armory. Add 1 level for a lower monster from your deck to your hand. Dark Eruption, target 1 dark monster with 15 less attack. Add that target to your hand. This is the card I knew that raised as hell. Okay. Phantom Knight's Fog Blade. Activate this card by targeting 1 effect monster on the field. Negate that face-up monster effects that face-up monsters cannot attack. Also, monsters cannot target one phase of monster for attacks. When it leaves the field, destroy this card. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one Phantom Knife monster in your graveyard, special summon, but banish it when it leaves the field. You can only activate this effect of the Phantom Knife monster once per turn. And it is a continuous trap. So, Phantom Knight Sword. Activate this card by targeting one face of monster on the field. It gains 800 attack. Also, that the target will be destroyed by a battle or a card effect. You can destroy this card instead. When it leaves the field, destroys this card. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one Phantom Knight monster in your graveyard, special summon it, but banish it when it leaves the field. You can only use this effect, Phantom Knight Sword, once per turn. Okay. Another sword. Phantom Knight's Wings. Target one face of monster on the field. It gains 500 attack. Also, the first time the target will be destroyed by battle effects is not destroyed. You can banish this card from your graveyard. Then target one Phantom monster in your graveyard, special summon it, but banish it when it leaves the field. You can only use the effect of Phantom Knight's Wing once per turn. Okay. Let's see here. Phantom Knights. Target one face of monster you control. It gains 300 attack and defense. When your opponent declares an attack, a direct attack, while this card is in your graveyard, special summon this card in defense position as a normal monster. Warrior, level 4, 0, defense 300. This card is not treated as a trap. It is summoned this way. Banish this when it leaves the field. Okay. There's 2 of those. You see it? The Phantom Knights Shade Bridjani. I'm sorry, I'm butchering these names. Special summon this card in defense position as a normal summon monster. Dark, level 4, 0 attack, defense 300. This card is not treated as a trap. If you have no traps in your graveyard, you can activate this card to turn new set. It's pretty good. You can only activate the Phantom Knights of Shady Brigade once per turn. Phantom Knights Dark Gauntlet. Send Phantom Knights spell traps to your deck to your graveyard. When an opponent's monster declares an direct attack while you control no cards, and this card's in your graveyard, special summon this card in defense as an effect monster. Dark, level 4 attack, 300, defense 600, but banish it when it leaves the field. This is not treated as a trap. If special summon this way, this card gains 300 defense for each Phantom Knight spell trap card in your graveyard. Alright, so it's kind of like a wall card. The Phantom Knights of Tomb Shield. Special summon this card in attack position as a non-summon monster. Warrior Dark, level 3, 0 attack, 0 defense. This card is not treated as a trap during this turn, except the card was sent to the graveyard. You can banish this card from your deck to your then target one face of monster from your trap. Your opponent controls negate its effect until the end of the turn. Okay. The Phantom Knights of I'm not going. You know what? I'm probably gonna start reading all the interesting cards. So I'm just gonna start naming them off because I'm gonna save some time, no offense. The Phantom Knights of Lost or something. Shit. The Phantom Knights of the Wrong Magnet Ring. Okay. Phantom Knights of Cursed Javelin. The card is cool. Dark Rebellion XYZ Dragon. That's pretty cool. Dark Requiem XYZ Dragon. That's pretty dope. Evil Swarm Nightmare. Sorry about that. Evil Swarm Thanatos. Yeah. Lavir, the Sea Dragon. I'm not gonna read it. This is one of the first XYZ cards. And finally, we'll have one of the best cards. Well, it used to be very meta back in the day. Is Dante Traveling the Burning Abyss. Yep, Dante. See that? Beautiful. Wish it was holographic though. So I'm assuming that's like in the XYZ era deck. So now we're gonna hurry up and get to the what's gonna call it? The hero. Okay, so the last one we have extra heroes. This is extra here, Dead Disintegrator, Dread Disintegrator, Destiny here Malicious. Look at that. Destiny Hero Disc Commander. Now, this card has been banned for the longest time because it had like kind of a good effect. You know, sometimes they tend to make cards too good when they think the deck is going to perform a certain way, and they don't really take into account that the card itself can perform in other decks pretty much more than it can its own deck. So Destiny draw pretty looking good. Discard one Destiny Hero card, draw two. And one of the new heroes, like the Dread Disintegrator, is extra hero Wonder Driver, looking pretty neat. Like graphic, looking beautiful. Destiny Hero Dogma, one of the OG boss monsters for Destiny Heroes. Destiny Hero Plasma, another OG boss monster. Dreadmaster was the first boss monster for hero for Destiny Heroes. We got another Malicious. We got Celestial. And I'm kind of glad that Konami is making made new Destiny Hero cards, because they was kind of like the weakest link upon all the heroes, arguably. Well, not arguably, but yeah, they didn't have a pretty good case representing them. Destiny Hero Diamond Dude. Destiny Hero Dread Servant. And I'm probably gonna read these cards in my own time, see what they do, so I can have better knowledge of them. Cause I don't want to take too much time, you know. Yeah, you know, just research these cards when you have time. But Destiny Hero Dark Angel, another new one. Destiny Hero Dynatag, looking pretty neat. Destiny Hero Dark Drill. Destiny Hero Decider, looking pretty good. Destiny Hero Dreamer. Look at that. Destiny DQ. It's like I'm assuming it's like the Rottweiler version of for Destiny Heroes. Three of them. Destiny Hero Elemental Hero Shadow Mist. One of the best Elemental Heroes there is. Shadow Mist. Once you get Shadow Mist, it's basically Fusion City from there. Because that's what Elemental Hero Hero Strength are. They're a fusion based archetype. Over Destiny. Clock Tower. Another good fusion. Like that. Come on, this is GX. Dark City. Mass Change. Basically Fusion City. Mass Change. Polymerization. Monster Reborn. Magical Stone Activation. Terraforming. Feather of a Phoenix. Discard one card. Get it rare. Return that card to the top of your deck. Destiny Serial. D-Time. This has been a good meme. Eternal Dread. Defusion. Destiny in Dragoon. That. Destiny Hero Dustopia. Look at that. Another one. Destiny Hero Dicetopia, Destiny Hero Dangerous, and I'm assuming the Destiny Hero are anti-heroes. So yeah, cause you know heroes are regular like superheroes, but the Destiny heroes are like anti. Dark Law, the arguably the best mass hero. Well, yeah, top two, probably one. Yeah, Dark Law. It really stops the opponent from really just stop from all the graveyard nonsense. And Destiny Hero Anki. Alright, so that does for this video. I know I kind of went fast in the beginning. It's because you know it's going to be a long video. You got to take into account some things. And yeah, so hopefully if you enjoyed this video, let me know in the comments below. If you're in the Yu-Gi-Oh! What did you think of this pack? I'm still new, so I would like to hear your thoughts on it. Is it worth the money? Is it not? Yeah, little stuff like that. I'm trying to get this card together. Yeah. What I was gonna say? Yeah. So leave a comment below. Was it worth the money? Was it not? What did you expect? Did you get what you expected? And yeah. I think that'll be it. So this was the Legendary Hero Legendary Heroes unboxing, and I'll catch you guys next time. Have a good day. Goodbye.